Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes here, also known as Crypto. I'm bringing you guys the week 1 matchup in the Krash, going up against Bailey. Now, Bailey's one of my good friends in the community for sure. We talk back and forth on different leagues and stuff, helping each other out and stuff. This is the first time we actually got a chance to play each other, so definitely pretty cool there. As definitely more of a fun league for sure. So I'm bringing some cool sets. As you guys can see in front of you, I do have a Meganium on my team, and it's actually pretty decent this matchup. So I'll go ahead and explain the teams real quick. As on Bailey's side, he has the potential to bring the Mega Blastoise, Zygarde, Florges, Ferrothorn, Rotom Heat, Alolan Persian, Terrakion, Ambipom, Azelf, Fearow, and Groundium Z. Now, in this league, we are dropping Z Crystals, of course. I don't know if you guys know that by the team builder, if I explained that. But anyways, he has the potential to bring Groundium Z, which obviously is a pretty big threat with Zygarde and such. Maybe a couple other mons with like Earthquake capabilities, which would be like Terrakion and stuff. But I see more of Zygarde being a threat like this time around to be able to break through some of my walls easier. So that could be a potential to bring. As you can see, he does have the Zygarde. So, and then on my side, we have the potential to bring the Mega Mawile, Thundurus Incarnate, Garchomp, Volcarona, Milotic, Regirock, Drapion, Hitmonchan, Espeon, Meganium, and the Normalium Z, which is my Z Crystal, which I actually do end up bringing one of my mons. I'll explain that shortly. But anyways, this battle actually happened a long time ago, so I can give a brief description of the team, but I can't really remember everything to like what like the EVs were spread out for, what the actual moves were in general. But anyways, this is a 3-attack or SC 3-attack Mega Mawile with I believe it's knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Play Rough. He hit his team pretty hard. And then we have a defensive Meganium, which is here just to check a big majority of his threats, actually, which he brought, which was the Zygarde. It can beat down this Mega Blastoise 1v1 even with Ice Beam. If he's offensive, then I can definitely kill out with 2 Giga Drains, which is actually pretty insane because I am Meadow Plate, which makes my Grass type move stronger from Giga Drain. I can beat Terrakion, any form of Terrakion, which is nice. This Rotom right here, the Rotom Heat is a huge problem for my team though overall. I'll explain that, like you'll see on my team, it just looks like a big menace, and it definitely is. Getting into my next one, we have the Milotic right here. This is a, I believe a pretty, or it's like a mixed defense Milotic, I think, with Flame Orb. Basically the Flame Orb's there to help me with Zygarde even more, because I was really scared of Zygarde. I think it's Scald, Ice Beam, Mirror Coat, and Recover on this set. Mirror Coat's to help me in case Rotom Heat just wants to Volt Switch over my team like crazy. And as you see, he doesn't have any Dark types on his team, so this Milotic Mirror Coating can like be really nice. Helps it beat the Blastoise too. It's also a competitive Milotic, so in case he decided to bring his Alolan Persian, I would switch this in on the parting shot, and then I would get the special attack boost. Because this is Milotic does have a little bit of investment on the special attack investment, so helps out there. Get into the next one, we have our Hitmonchan, which is an agility set, which is actually really nice. It's an agility, I think it's agility, close combat, Ice Punch, and then either Rapid Spin or it doesn't get knockoff. It's either Rapid Spin or Mach Punch. I think it's Rapid Spin though, just because rocks help me with my Thundurus, getting rid of them, of course. And then we have our Garchomp right here, which is my best answer to Rotom Heat, unfortunately. So it's not really going to be a very great Mon this game, outside of like just weakening Rotom Heat or just getting rid of it. I believe it's a Lumberry variant, so we can switch on potential Will-O-Wisp for Toxic. Then it does have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Swords Dance, and Stealth Rocks this week, which is pretty nice. I think it's Adamant actually, just because it was better this time around. Might be Jelly, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But anyway, Stone Edge can two-shot the Rotom Heat, which is nice. It does about 60-some%, I believe, so after 2 turns of rocks it does die, which is really nice. And then we have our Thundurus Incarnate, which is a very weird set. Like, I didn't like Thundurus this matchup, but I didn't really like anything else on my team. This Thundurus is a physical Thundurus with Defiant, I believe. Yeah, Defiant, so I can take advantage of the Alolan Persian if he brought it, which he actually didn't, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. We bring Thunder's Eye with Defiant. We're rocking Thunder Punch, Giga Impact with a Normalium Z. I believe we're Bulk Up in Agility. I think we're only rocking the 2 coverage moves, Giga Impact and Thunder Punch, just because it does really good work to his team overall. We might be I think we're Superpower too, just to be able to hit Terrakion and Terrakion harder mainly, but that's the idea with the Thundurus right there. And one problem I will say with my team, like coming into week 1, was my fastest Pokemon is Thundurus Incarnate, and that's a really big problem considering on his team he has the Ambipom, Azelf, and then the potential of Alolan Persian, which all outspeed my fastest Pokemon. And considering I'm not bringing a Choice Scarf for either, it makes it a little bit difficult speed-wise against his team. So that's why I think Agility Hitmonchan is like my best way of potentially winning this game, if I can get it set up and just beat his team. So that's the idea going into this. I believe I actually decided to lead off with my Milotic. Yeah, I believe I'll leave for my Milotic, as I thought he would leave the Rotom Heat, as it's a really good lead against my team. And right here, I'm expecting him just to click Volt Switch on out against anything on my team. And I would really click Miracle right here. as he actually clicks Toxic and misses. Now this is a really big deal for him because I am Flame Orb, of course, and my Mirror Coat's going to show right there, which is annoying because I wanted to keep that revealed, or keep that hidden, but it does reveal right there that I am Mirror Coat. But like, that was the worst deal for him because now I'm going to get my Flame Orb, as you're going to see, and that really sucks for him because he can't Toxic my Melodic now, and this is pretty much a free Scald right here. Like, even if he wants to Volt Switch out, he already saw Mirror Coat, so I'm thinking Scald is my best play, as it hits anything that wants to come in. Potential Burn is nice. So he goes into the Azelf, so I'm able to get a pretty decent chunk off on this thing, and I'm just going to stay in and start spamming Scald on this thing. I want to see what he wants to do. If he wants to get up rocks, I do with my Rapid Spin, but it is on Hitmonchan, so that's like a little bit like iffy to go into that against an Azelf, so he actually sets up a Calm Mind. So definitely did not expect this, but it's not too big of a deal actually, because if this thing was setting up Calm Minds, I actually do have the Mon I want in to deal with this setting up Calm Minds. So I do end up getting the burn, which isn't a huge deal because I was able to knock this out after another Scald anyways. And if he chose to Calm Mind once again, then he would have only been able to get one hit off of me. Even at +2, he cannot knock me out with any one hit. As you're going to see, the Psychic brings me very low, but I am able to knock him out here, which is nice. And now we get rid of the Azelf, which is nice, but my Melodic is very hurt, and this monster comes in, Terrakion. I thought about switching out to my Meganium right here, but if you just click Close Combat, that would hurt way too much, and this could be potentially like Life Orb or Choice Banded, and I did not want to waste my Meganium, considering it can check things like the Zygarde and the Mega Blastoise very nicely. So I'm just going to sack my Melodic. A little unfortunate because I do like keeping it around, but I already showed the Mirror Coat, so it wasn't the best thing in the world to keep, but it is what it is. I'm going to bring in my Garchomp right here. It pretty much threatens him out with an Earthquake, so that's my plan right here. As I believe I throw off the Stealth Rocks just to get him up. But realistically, I probably should have predicted the Mega Blastoise, but I didn't feel like I was in a position to do that, considering it can come in and just get a free spin off on basically anything it wants to. But I go into my Meganium right away, and he actually throws up the Scald, which is fine with me because, I mean, first off, it doesn't burn me, which is awesome, but this is a free Toxic for me. Whether he wants to go hard into Rotom and keep Rocks up, which would be amazing for me, or if he wants to potentially stay in risky Grass Move or be Toxic on the Mega Blastoise, I'm fine with either play. I'm just going to throw up a Toxic. I land on the Mega Blastoise as he clicks Spin. In my opinion, that was the better play to stay in and click Spin instead of going Rotom, because letting Rotom get weakened by the rocks would have been pretty annoying for him, considering my Garchomp's still around. So a good play on his part, I feel like. I do get the Toxic off, which is really big though. Because right here, I believe I double Toxic because I think the Rotom Heat's going to come in once again, and rocks are not up, so it's a pretty free switch for him. As I do catch the Rotom Heat with the Toxic right there, which is really nice. And I believe I go right into my Garchomp as he goes for, I believe, the Toxic on this turn. Yeah, I go into my Garchomp, and my Lumberry is going to Prong right here, which is nice after the Toxic. So I am in a situation where I feel like I can set up an SD. I don't think he's Will-O-Wisp at this point, and even if he was, if I was a potential like Stone Edge, or like really, like if I was really invested Adamant Stone Edge, I believe I can knock him out or get him very close to dead. And he knows his Rotom is very important to his team at this point, so he's actually going to switch out back into his Mega Blastoise on my Swords Dance. And unless his Mega Blastoise is like super bulk invested, it will drop to the +2 Earthquake. As we're going to see here, it has actually a very bulky max HP, max defense Mega Blastoise, which can take on my Garchomp's +2 Earthquake, which I'm okay with my Garchomp dropping. I needed to weaken either the Mega Blastoise or the Rotom for my Hitmonchan to have a better chance of sweeping, so that was fine. Garchomp does go down, but Blastoise has 17% and on a timer. Now right here, this was a really like, I don't know, this probably would have helped me out a lot right here actually. Considering I considered going for bulk up on this turn a lot. I knew his Rotom Heat would come in. Like, I knew his Rotom Heat would come in. Like, him saving his Mega Blastoise, like, it doesn't really do much against the rest of my team considering how low it is, but keeping it as a sack was pretty nice for him. Considering things like Meganium could come in and threaten the rest of his team, and if he sacks out his Blastoise and gets a free switch in the Rotom Heat, then that pressures my team once again. So I respect the play there. As right here, I believe I just go hard for the Thunder Punch. Had I went for the bulk up, I would have been able to knock him out with the Normalium Z could get impact afterwards. So that, in my opinion, was kind of a bad play on my part, as I should have made the aggressive play and went for the bulk up. As getting rid of this thing would have been like really good for my team. But I'm going to Thunder Punch right there, and at this point, I believe I go for the bulk up anyways, which was another really bad misplay because him clicking Volt Switch right here was really free, considering I don't have a ground type now. And he just clicked Volt Switch right here, and now he can just go right into his Ambipom, which outspeeds me anyways. Now he makes a really solid play right here, as he expects me to switch out, as I do. I believe I switch out into my Mega Mawile at this point, expecting like a Fake Out or normal move to come out, as he actually goes for U-turn. So really solid play. If I stayed in there with Thunders, I could have basically nabbed the kill, but that is what it is. Right here, we're in a situation, or interesting situation, as he brings in Terrakion, and the only way he would be able to knock me out right here is if he is Groundium Z or Choice Banded. So I'm actually, like, it was so obvious he was going to go for the ground move. I guess I could have kept my Mega Mawile, It could have been nice for Sucker Punch for the Rotom Heat. Sucker Punch could have been nice for like Ambipom and stuff, so I probably should have went to my Meganium scouting for what he was going to go for, but I actually stay in as he goes for the Choice Banded Earthquake and knocks me out. So another pretty bad play on the part, honestly, as I'm going to bring my Meganium now, and I believe I double out into my Hitmonchan. As yeah, I needed to make an aggressive play right there, as the Rotom Heat was definitely going to come in again on my Meganium, and it just put me in a better spot. And right here, I believe I actually click Agility, yeah, because I feel like he's going to either... Yeah, I didn't feel like he was going to stay in right here, as he actually, I go for the Agility, and he chooses to sack off his Blastoise, so this is really good. I get a free Agility off, plus my Hitmonchan looks like it's in a very, very prominent position. Now I go for the Ice Punch right here, and I take Life Orb damage, and the Zygarde comes in, which I just showed Ice Punch, so obviously it's going to do a lot, if not kill this thing. He has to be very, very bulky and invested to take this Ice Punch with Life Orb. I believe he has to have like max HP and then like 40 defense or something like that at least to take an Ice Punch, but he takes that very well and lives on 9%. And then he blows me back with a Z ground right here, which like at that point, like even if I went to Meganium on the pretty obvious like ground move or like Z ground move, like it would have lost me more than gained me because my Hitmonchan was already set up, and on the off chance I did knock him out or like crit him or something, then that would put me in a better spot than switching out. Because this Hitmonchan had a potential to clean, I believe. If I believe Close Combat knocked the Rotom out from where it was from after revealing his sets at the end of the game. I don't think he had as much defense as I thought he would, so Close Combat could have knocked that out. His Ambipom, he actually told me, did not have Fake Out either, so I could have knocked that out if it wasn't Sash. I don't remember if it was or not. And then my, or then the Terrakion would have died to Close Combat too, because we figured out that was banded. So yeah, the Hitmonchan goes down there to a very, very bulky Zygarde, so good bring on this part. Right here, we are down to 2 Mons versus 4 Mons, and one of those being Rotom Heat, which is pretty bad for me. And right here, I make a very aggressive play. I don't really recommend this type of play. Doesn't seem like a very good play, but I double out into my Thundurus, predicting the Rotom Heat, because Bailey, I feel like, is one of those players that's going to want to preserve his differential, as he's definitely in a position where he can win this game at this point, as he goes into the Rotom Heat. Now, depending on his bulk investment right here, but obviously I know after the game, I know after the game that my attack right here is going to be able to kill him, but during the game right here, I did not know if my Z-Giga Impact would kill him, but at this point I had no other play and I had to go for it. This was definitely his biggest misplay of the game. He even admitted after the game that he should have switched out scouting for the Z move, because like if I click bulk up right here, there was no way I was clicking bulk up, and like Ambipom revenges me anyways, so like me clicking a Z move right here with my Thundurus was like my best like play like overall, and he actually stays in right here. And at 69%, we end up taking him out with the Z-Giga Impact, which is huge, because at this point, Meganium actually looks like it could potentially win this game, depending on how I play it. Switching to Meganium on the Ambipom right here as he goes straight for the Ice Punch. I'm scared to see the damage. It does 40.9%, and I'm sitting at 41%, so Meganium has a chance to potentially bring this game back. He's going to go for the Ice Punch once again, I believe, as it brings me down to 3%. Gets a pretty low roll, but I don't know if the high roll would even knock me out there. As I click Synthesis, I click it once again right here just so I can stall the Ambipom, as he makes the hard switch into Terrakion. Now, we know this banded Terrakion. I can actually live a banded close combat barring a crit. I believe that's the strongest move he could hit me with. Yeah, he's definitely banded after revealing the damage. He's not life over anything we see from no health taking off. So we can live with banded close combat, as takes us down to 14, does so much. But after the defense drops, the metal boosted Giga Drain is going to be able to knock out the Terrakion and bring us back up to 62%. And we're looking at a very good spot, because Zygarde is sitting, I believe, at 8%, as our Meganium is at 62. And right here, I believe I click Synthesis because it's definitely my best play. Keep this thing very healthy. I don't know how much my Giga Drain is going to be doing to this Ambipom yet. So we actually click U-turn, so that's very good for me, as I can click Synthesis right here. I can actually live any hit from the Zygarde. I'm hoping he doesn't have Toxic or anything to wear me down. But actually, I revealed to be faster, which was really cool, because I crept a min speed Zygarde, which with my Meganium, so I outsped it by 1 point. He didn't run any speed on Zygarde, so that speed creep came in very nicely right there, as I do knock out the Zygarde. Now, all I have to do at this point is hit 2 Giga Drains on this Ambipom, because even if he's very bulk invested, I believe I 2-hit KO. He gets a crit on the first Ice Punch, which is very scary, but after the Giga Drain, it will bring me out of range of another Ice Punch, barring another crit, of course. So all we gotta do is click Giga Drain one more time and we win this game. But unfortunately, we get frozen because, you know, Meganium's a tier 5. It can't, if it would have taken out the Ambipom and somehow won that game, that would have been a little bit stupid. Meganium had to get frozen. Like, I understand it's a tier 5. Makes sense. But anyways, he freezes me, which means I pretty much lose at this point to Ice Punch plus Ice Punch. If he's like not max attack right here, I believe I can live an Ice Punch and then knock him out with a Thunder Punch, but he does knock me out with the Ice Punch, which is fine right there. But anyways, getting frozen right there sucked, but I didn't feel like I played a very, very good game overall. As I brought up a couple fun things, like the agility Hitmonchan was definitely a fun set. Meganium overall was just a fun set. And just brought a fun team overall. I thought it was pretty fun. But anyways, yeah, this is just a fun league, guys. I'm just looking to have fun for it, and running with Bash for sure. I did make a few transactions actually, because I have Volcarona plus Espeon, which was like a little bit of, I guess you'd say a little tiny bit of a core, considering Espeon's like a magic bounce user, with Volcarona kind of supports it that way. And then I had Thundurus, which I actually ended up dropping, which seems kind of weird because Thundurus is like really, really good. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this either. Right after the draft, we were allowed to have free transactions, so I actually traded my Tornadus out for Thundurus. And I traded out my Galvantula for Volcarona, and there was one other transaction I made. I traded out my Mesprit for Espeon. But then, right after week 1, I decided to make my transactions right back. I picked up Tornadus once again for Thundurus, just because that speed gap. Like, I don't like that my fastest mon is 111, so I decided to pick up Tornadus. Gives me a 121 speed mon. I decided to pick back up... Actually, what did I do with the rest of my transactions? I decided to pick up Tornadus. No, I picked up... What did I pick up? Because I can't remember what I picked up. I picked up another Psychic type, I know that. Did I pick up Mesprit again? I picked up Mesprit, Tornadus, and then something for the Volcarona, I believe. I can't even remember at the moment, but I'll bring it back to you guys whenever I get to week 2. But for sure, that was my week 1 matchup against Bailey. Definitely one of the probably the stronger players in the league for sure. He's a good battler for sure. So, yeah, that's it from me, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if new. Really would appreciate it. As I'll be back for week 2 next week, as these are going to be weekly uploads on Sunday. So, look forward to that. And yeah, peace.